Hello, so we're in Mexico City. I'm here with this amazing graffiti artist. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself, what you do, where you live, anything you want?
Ok, hola a todos, yo soy Remix 1. I'm a Mexican street artist here living in Mexico City. I've been doing murals since I was 14 years old. Right now I'm 34, so been doing this for a long period of my life. I have painted murals in many cool cities all around the world. Cities such as New York, such as Berlin, Paris, San Francisco, even in countries such as Finland. Lots of murals in Mexico City that I have done.
How many murals do you think you've done in your lifetime?
Wow. I don't know, lots. Like maybe 150 murals in my lifetime, maybe more. I don't know. I have never taken that time to go to. No, I've never done. I know. Lots of murals. Yeah.
How many do you do a year at the moment?
Right now, I'm being fortunate enough to be able to do like outside on the street that murals that I consider amazingly well done, well executed. Around 40 murals a year.
Wow.
Not like super huge size, like medium size. Huge size, maybe like 5 or 6, but really huge.
Okay, and what's your style of artwork?
My style of artwork, well, so the style that I have, I consider it a collage, but since it's huge, I call it a monumental collage. Yeah, so what I do is I like to play with different levels of realism. Sometimes I paint, when I do the portraits, it's photorealism. On the background, sometimes I add like some cartoonish elements. I like to add typography, lots of abstract, colorful stuff going on around.
And how does your process work? What inspires you?
I think it depends on the project. But for example, when I do murals that are pretty personal, I think about sometimes challenges that I have gone through life, about my personal beliefs or philosophy that I have. For example, the mural in Berlin, I was talking about sacrifice, about all of the things you need to sacrifice to be able to achieve your dreams. You know, because sometimes people say like, hey, I want to achieve my dreams, but they are like maybe too lazy or they go to many parties. And of course, it's something that I still want to do, but I am willing to sacrifice all of those things to be able to go and chase my dreams, to get all of those amazing results that I'm having right now.
So you've been very driven and very motivated to do this kind of work.
Yes, it's something really important for me. Also something that inspires me a lot is like how much also people, how can I say it, their drive, how they face problems, how they face challenges. So most of the times the portraits that I do, it's either people or animals who are like, like super well grounded, like facing the future, that they are not afraid of anything. Like people who's like, yeah, I can do anything I want. I can make all of my dreams to this reality.
And as an artist, we were speaking before how particularly this kind of work is so physical as well as mental.
Yeah.
How have you found that for 20 years?
Okay. So first of all, in the beginning, when I was not maybe considering this to be a professional career, when I was just doing it for the fun, I barely even care about what others thought. But once that you become a professional, there are many things in the game, such as satisfying your clients' needs, such as satisfying your own needs as an artist, and also sometimes you're painting, outside, and there is the sun burning your skin, or maybe you're not in the mood, and what you're painting is not like what you really want it to be, so you get mad, but you don't have time to quit. You have to keep going. You have to go through that struggle, because time is money. Time is really valuable. We don't have this luxury of wasting any time, because every single day is a day where, for example, the lift rental, it's pricey. Also paying to my assistants. All of this it's a thing, and everybody's outside there watching what you're doing. So you're like, oh, I still have to go and walk through all of this stressful moment, but eventually once that you've overpassed it, when I have overpassed it, it is pretty. I'm super satisfied. I'm really proud that I was able not to quit just like that.
We were talking as well that it's a real privilege to be able to make money.
I agree.
And be creative with your own work.
Yes, I agree. I agree that I'm really lucky to be able to have murals every day. Every single day there is people saying like, I want to hire you, I want to hire you, please come, please come. Because I could say like, oh, it was only luck, but of course there has been lots of discipline, lots of hard work behind all of these things that the people only see on Instagram or on the murals. How sometimes I have had faced other people who wants to come and destroy my artwork or me or myself. It's a challenging world. It's not like as cool and easy and as in other types of art.
Yeah, we were, when you showed us around, you were saying that there has been a lot of, well, not a lot, but there can be conflict.
Yeah.
Can you talk about one of the stories?
For example, one of mine or like anyone?
Anybody, yeah.
For example, like the really crazy ones. Of course, I haven't gone through those, fortunately, because some people have been stabbed, have been murdered because they have painted over someone else's wall, some other artist's pieces. So it's really crazy. I have also had to go through some graffiti wars where we are destroying each other's artworks. I have had to fight other guys like with my fists. It's crazy. It's not like that anymore as it used to be, at least. It still is. Sometimes people, they get really crazy and mad. But yeah, you have to fight back on this type of art.
Is it that somebody targeted you particularly, or they were like just fighting everybody?
Me in particular. Like it happened like maybe 9 years ago, where the guys who were like the biggest names of vandalism here, of graffiti vandalism in Mexico City, started painting over my murals. So I went back and I was fighting back. It was a thing. Eventually, both of us will stop. Well, it was like 4 of them. Them and I will be like, okay, that's it. We know that this is gonna continue forever, so let's just take this to an end. Of course, because I ended up trolling them in some ways. Do you want me to tell the story?
Yes.
Really?
Cool.
Okay, it's kind of okay. It's a long story, but I'll make it short. So what happened is that one day I was still studying in the university, and then one friend called me and said like, hey bro, this guy painted over one of your murals. This guy who painted over me is like, you know, the guy who has most of the respect in terms of illegal graffiti, because he has painted maybe like 5,000 of his graffiti throw-ups and tags and all of that all over the city. So usually when he paints over the rest of them, the other guys, the other artists say like, oh, this guy has painted over me, that's so lame, I cannot fight him back because he's the best, you know, they get super sad. He's like the big bully here in the city, but that's not the way I am. So I decided to, I remember I was still in my class and I said like, fuck it. Then I left the classroom. Everybody said like, where are you going? I'm like, don't talk to me. So I grabbed my motorcycle, I went to my house, I grabbed some spray paint and I started tagging all of his stuff with my name. So there was a war going on, and at least for the first few days, I will admit it, he was kicking my ass. Why? Because while I was going on my own, I had to climb those buildings, I had to spray paint and check if the cops were not coming. I was able maybe to destroy 3 or 4 of his pieces. He and all of his group of friends, they were going and they were destroying my murals just like in one night, all of them. And they were only painting letters, so they would be always coming back to restore their artwork. So I started to think like, okay, if I keep fighting fire with fire, I'm gonna lose because they are the best at this moment. So I have to think with a strategy, and I said, in what type of things I am better than this guy? So I said, I am a better artist, I can draw better, but I can also be a big bully. So what I started doing is I just grabbed a pink, a white and a black spray can, and instead of covering his graffiti tags with my name, I started adding something into their letters. So I started painting some pink ribbons, some Hello Kitties into his letters. So his letters looked like super girly, really girly, like a 5-year-old girl painting it. So I said like, that's so fun. But then the next thing I did, I started adding, there was one meme, a really popular one called Forever Alone meme. I'm gonna show you real quick so you know what I mean. Forever, I'm gonna also show it on the screen. So this is it. This is the Forever Alone meme.
Okay.
Forever Alone meme was used whenever, once everybody forgot about your birthday or no one asked you out on Valentine's Day and stuff. So what I did, I started painting this big ugly face holding a spray can next to his letters. And you remember the word toy, right? Mm-hmm. What I wrote on the top, I wrote Forever a Toy. So as if this guy was the guy painting his letters. At that moment, everybody said, whoa, dude, that was so crazy. Everybody, I burned it, you know, and everybody on the internet said like, dude, that's so crazy, I cannot believe it, you're amazing, yeah, keep doing that to him, like, we hate him. At that moment when I said that my belly was skyrocketing and he was going down, I said like, this is a perfect moment to finish this. So I sent him a message on Facebook because I got his contact. It was like, hey bro, as you've seen, well, I'm not gonna stop, and I know that you're not gonna stop either. What do you think if we just take this to an end? When I did that, I was afraid because I said, what if he says hell no? Now he's gonna know how it looks like because of Facebook. Yeah. So if he finds me on the street, he's gonna beat me all of here, all of his friends. And I said like, well, okay, no man, that's not important. I'll just do it. It's a risky thing, but I'll do it. I hit send. Like 5 minutes later, a message from my phone like popping up, and it was his answer. And when I said, I was like, oh, no, I don't know. I don't want to open it. I don't want to see what the thing he answered. Eventually opened it. And it was a short response like, you should have just come back to restore your artwork, but don't worry, I respect you now. That's it. At that moment, it's like, wow, I defeated this guy. I cannot believe it. You know, he has been undefeated since the beginning. It's been only me, the only one who has been able to defeat him. So everybody remembers that, like, oh yeah, I remember when you did that. His name is Sealer. So yeah, those type of wars.
So are you friends, would you say?
No, I wish. I tried to reach him. I said like, oh, bro, let's be cool now. But he never answers. He like, fuck you, I hate you.
But I respect you.
Yeah, at least. Now they leave my murals alone.
Cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, long story.
And that's a brilliant story. And what do you think is the future for your work?
Of my work? Okay, so right now, because I've been producing so much.
It's funny, because during COVID, you actually got commissions by the city of Mexico.
What happened is that when everybody was locked down, the government said, if everybody's gonna be, locked and super depressed and angry and tired of this, whenever they go out, we want them to see how the city has improved. We want them to find beautiful things awaiting for them. So they hired me, and I went and painted lots of murals all around the city, lots of murals. So yeah, I kept working. So everybody was on lockdown, and I was enjoying the city, like no traffic. All of it is for me. I was super happy. But yeah, and the future, of course.
Must have been exhausting, though.
Because I was earning so much money, I didn't care. So I was happy, but it was cool. Yeah. So what happened then? It is that with my style, right? I think it's time for it to evolve. I think I've just like squeezed it as much as I could right now with this type of style that I have. It's been 4 years with this style. I'm tired of it. So I'm just gonna start producing something new. Probably I'm gonna do an artistic residency, so I can have enough time to take a sit and think think how to create something new, how to evolve it. Something that I'm just bored of it. Usually some people say like, you shouldn't do it, you should keep your style now that everybody recognizes it. But I'm not gonna be happy. And at the end of the day, if I'm real with myself, maybe I'm too narcissistic, that I wanna make myself happy first. If not, I don't think I'm gonna be able to produce something cool, because now the artwork is gonna lack authenticity, and I think that sucks, and no one deserves murals or to see that type of stuff every day. That is super lame. I don't think people deserve that, at least not coming from me.
Okay, cool. So you're gonna do some reflection time.
Exactly.
And also you're quite interested in mixing digital interactivity with your work.
Of course. Well, the future is now. I think like everything that we have been reading on all of these science books, fictional, how do you say it in English?
Science fiction?
Science fiction books, they are here.
Yeah.
Everything is here now. Maybe we don't have the flying cars, but we're very close to that.
The metaverse is here.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the next step. So I'm gonna start doing some research. I'll just take a break from doing murals, and I'll just go into that. I've produced so many murals that I'm like, that's enough, at least for me right now.
Okay, brilliant. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks a lot.